For the assignment our lovely teacher has given us, I could have easily drawn up a poster and called it a day. But as I thought about it, I realized that this assignment wasn't supposed to be about my art, not about my skills, but rather, this assignment is for me to connect to you. What most of you know and think about me, I can't honestly say. I'm sure some of you are hardly aware of me, while others look at me with the massive opinions. I can't control what you think of me, but what I can control are my actions, my words, and my own thoughts. And for those, I do feel as though there is some explaining to be done. I talk a lot, too much, some would say, but I accept that because it's what I do. But what am I even saying half the time? Is it anything of value, or am I just annoying? Let's go with both. I often say what's on my mind, and most of that is concern for people. Trust me. I try to be supportive, to be nice, to say something that might just make you smile despite how hard life can be. But why? The reason is because I was commanded to love everyone by God. I talk and talk, but when I do, I don't do it for attention. I do it because I want to take every opportunity I can to influence you, to smile at others, to be the good person I know all of you are. Now, I can imagine you sitting there thinking to yourself, I honestly don't care, so stop talking. And that's okay. The amount of times I have been told no one was talking to you is remarkable. But despite this, I have a hope of how I look to others, how I want you to view me, what I aspire to be to all of you. That image is one of confidence, someone who is smart but not a jerk about it, funny, kind, and generous. I always told myself that when people look at me, I want them to never feel judged or offended, but rather to smile. This goal is a lofty one, I will confess, but regardless of that, I pray to be this person. I can admit that I never will be perfect, and for that, I apologize. I apologize for my pushiness, and when I seem judgmental. I apologize for being insensitive and rude at times. So please forgive me for how my actions may have hurt or offended you. Now, I went over what you see, but what about me at home? Who is this person who disappears from your thoughts as the last bell rings? I know it's not ideal, but while I have your attention, allow me to show you a bit into my life stuck inside of my home. In a general sense, I spend most of my time here, in the kitchen. It's clean right now, and that's mostly because I cleaned it just for the video. Don't get it mixed up. I spend my time here not because I cook, but because I'm either cleaning it, writing lines, or watching this boy. This is the youngest, and his name is Israel, a little rascal who enjoys the average things one-year-olds like to do. Climbing on chairs, climbing on tables, on my desk, everything. Though I can't help but to say he is adorable. Next to him is just a couple of other siblings. Jace, the rough one, Jet, the wild thing, Aaliyah, the tomboy, Gracie, the girly girl, Zane, the artist, next to me of course, Isabel, the dramatic teen, and at the very top of the ladder is me, the eldest. And if you ask them, they would say I am the best elder brother they could possibly ask for. Say I'm the best eldest brother ever.
You're not the best eldest brother.
But in all seriousness, I do love all of my siblings. I have a great family, and though they are far from perfect, I have a great relationship with each and every one of them. Remember when I said Israel was the youngest? Well, I kinda lied, for there is another baby growing as we speak. The parents of this new child are these amazing individuals who you see now. As great as I aspire to be, there's one thing I'm sure of in my life. I have them to thank for everything I am and have. My father is a great man, hardworking, and I wouldn't be as in Christ as I am now without him. My mom, the one and only, beautiful, hardworking mom like no other, is who I have to thank for even being alive. I love my parents, and so you should too. Despite whatever may happen to me, no matter how many friends I may lose, no matter how many relationships I would ever go through, I know for sure that I will always have them in my life to fall back on. But the person I owe my life to at the end of the day comes back to my mom. Let's go back a few years when I had just moved to Zawali, halfway through the 4th grade. We had came here because of the little family we had. We came from Stonewall, and though to you it may seem like a downgrade, I can assure you that it wasn't. I can't say a lot of what happened in our old life, for I can't remember, but the things I know for sure were the drugs. I know the pain, the hurt. I know the stealing, the lying, the cheating, and all the things which made my life and me nothing more than just terrible. There's a reason we call that the old life. One day my mom had had enough and she finally escaped that life. We ran and we ran fast. No one could have imagined what my mom would become, who she is today. And the only reason she is who she is because of God. My mom found a church, and there Jesus became hers and my purpose for living. Despite how terrible and wicked my life had been, we were pulled from the muck. It's part of the reason I'm so dead set talking about Jesus, the Bible, the very word which saved us. I find comfort and joy, and I know that the same love and comfort of God is there for all of you. I will admit that I don't remember a lot of our old life, but I know it still affects me. It comes up when I lash out at people. It appears when I look down on others. Though I can't remember any of that life, I believe Sigmund Freud was right when he said we are what we are because we have been what we have been. The first portion of my life was molding me to be everything I'm not today. To be a person not worth anyone's time. To steal, to cheat, to lie. And I believe that if it wasn't for being pulled from there, I wouldn't be out in the open. I'd be in a jail somewhere, probably doing drugs, because that's the life I once lived. But not anymore. It is a promise to myself that I may never become the person in that life, for I have seen the path which it leads. I understand that this is a lot. I know this isn't what you expected to hear today, but nonetheless, it is essential to have any chance to know about me. For you to understand me, you have to understand that. So thank you for listening. In summary, JD is just another boy among a world full of them. He is a person who aspires to be the best he can and hates to be otherwise. The goal? To help in every way he can to everyone he meets. To make them smile rather than frown, and maybe show them the beauty of God in the process. JD is nothing more than a human who hurts, cries, laughs, and feels just like you. His life isn't perfect just like yours. He can only hope that you don't ever forget it. This was a summary written and voiced by the voice you hear now. A voice to say thank you to all of you for helping me become a better person, for showing me a life that's worth living. And I owe that to each and every one of you. Thank you.